Marianne, was Beck ready first or McNaughton?
McNaughton.
Thank you. Today is Thursday, August 25th, 2022. I am Judge Martin. This is courtroom number 1. Today's docket are misdemeanors from Huron Township. You're not sure whether or not you're in the correct courtroom, please send a chat message to the staff and they'll help you get where you need to be. Right now we have 22HR068650D. It's Huron Township versus Jonathan McNaughton. May I have your appearances, please?
Yep, Jonathan McNaughton here.
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Mr. McNaughton, the way that the staff have labeled you indicates that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this morning. Is that accurate, sir?
Yeah,
And you wish to proceed on your own?
yeah, I know I'm guilty.
Oh, Mr. McNaughton, have you had the chance to talk to the prosecutor?
Yes.
Ms. Foley Carter, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, we'll be amending the high BAC charge to operating while visibly impaired.
Mr. McNaughton, raise your right hand for me, please, sir.
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Put your hand down. Sir, you understand if the court accepts your plea to the added count of operating while visibly impaired this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Okay.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, I knew for a fact as soon as I got pulled over.
Mr. McNaughton, is it true that on July 21st, 2022 in Huron Township, you operated a vehicle while you were visibly impaired by some intoxicant?
Yes.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Mr. McNaughton, the court will accept your plea of guilty to the added count of operating while visibly impaired. The high BAC, the operating with a high BAC count will be dismissed. The next step in these proceedings is that the matter will be referred to the Probation Department. They are the ones who will interview you and make a sentence recommendation, schedule you to come back for sentencing with me, okay?
Okay.
They'll use the phone number and the email address that you confirmed with the staff this morning. Because this is your first appearance, sir, you do not currently have a bond set in this matter. The court will set one at $5,000 personal.
Okay.
You don't need to post any money, but please participate with and respond to the request from the Probation Department to conduct the interview and participate in the development of a sentence recommendation. Because this citation indicates that your BAC at the time of the stop was 0.23, the court will make an added condition that you not purchase, possess, consume any alcoholic beverages until this matter is resolved. Understood?
Oh yeah, I'm done for the rest of my life. That first
Let's not
time
go too
scared me
far,
enough.
Mr. McNaughton. Anything else on behalf of Huron Township?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. McNaughton?
Nope, that's all I needed.
Thank you, sir. I'll see you at sentencing. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
There was a very refreshing defendant.
This is 22HR071130M. This is Huron Township versus Angela Beck. May I have your appearances, please?
Angel Beck.
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Richardala, P62186, MIDC Arraignment Counsel, appearing on behalf of Ms. Beck. Your Honor, for purposes of arraignment, would waive formal reading and stand mute. At this time, we respectfully request a pre-trial and ask Ms. Foley Carter if she could forward some discovery when she has a chance.
Certainly.
Thank you, sir. Any comment as to bond in this matter, Mr. Jadala?
Your Honor, Ms. Beck, originally when this first matter started, she constantly was in cooperation with the Huron Police Department. Your Honor, she's cooperated fully. She's been cooperating. She's attempted to immediately get these matters to court. She's not a flight risk. She's here today. She'll continue to return as ordered, Your Honor. We just respectfully request a personal bond.
Thank you. Ms. Beck, your bond will be set at 1,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by this court and participate in the proceedings until they're resolved. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Discovery has been requested. The adjourned pretrial date will be
September 8th at 9:50.
Your Honor, is there anything available, I'm sorry, after the 14th of September?
It would be the 8th or the 22nd, yeah,
The 22nd would be better if this court doesn't mind.
at 8:40.
Perfect.
who's on?
You are.
That's still us? Okay. September 22nd at 8:40 a.m. Back with me, Ms. Beck, courtroom number 1. Anything else,
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Beck, I'll see you next month. Have a good day.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you. Kaplan? Are we expecting Josh Kaplan?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Marianne, I just realized that one had been up for a week.
I
This is
noticed
the-
it yesterday. Are you putting another one up?
Yes, this was the second place. This is Alexis Villarillo from Wick Elementary in the 5th grade. Huh. Oh, let's see. You can't see it that well because of how the light is hitting it. It says of the people, by the people, for the people.
How cool.
We had some really nice submissions. These were from our community day back at the beginning of May.
Okay. Clever.
They've been sitting downstairs and I finally just said, let me bring them upstairs. I'll use them as my backdrop for a little bit.
Oh. So now their little pictures are on YouTube.
So none of our 8 o'clocks. Huh. It's unfortunate. Marianne, I'm going to walk down the hall, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
Caitlin, can we go into a breakout room for a second?
You can.
You'd have to move me, hon. I'm on a smaller device, right?
I will.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, so you can see it, okay.
Good morning, Mr.
Good
Burke.
morning, Mr. Burke.
Oh, sorry.
Is your client with you or expecting her to join us separately?
We're expecting her to join separately, Your Honor.
Okay,
And Your Honor, we're already on Miss Sellers. I'm not sure if she could leave the breakout room. I asked her to leave the breakout room. Is she still in the breakout room?
Yeah,
she
I'm,
is. We'll see if we can get her out. These are 22 HR 05349 A and B. These are Huron Township versus Nicolette Sellers. May I have your appearances, please?
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Sellers. Your Honor, at this time, Ms. Sellers will be pleading to one count of operating while visibly impaired. I've explained to her right. She understands the right she is waiving by pleading guilty to the operating while visibly impaired. The speeding 11 to 15, Your Honor, is being dismissed.
Ms. Sellers, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. You put your hand down. You were able to hear Mr. Jadala just now regarding the plea that you'll be entering in this matter?
Yes,
You understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you will not have a trial of any kind?
yes,
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
yes, correct.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes,
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
no,
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
yes,
Is it true that on March 21st, 2022 in Huron Township, you operated a vehicle while you were visibly impaired by some intoxicant?
yes.
Mr. Jadala, would you like to inquire further of your client?
And if I could just have the date of the offense again, Your Honor.
It is March 21st, 2022.
Ms. Sellers, on March 21st, 2002, prior to driving, did you have something to drink?
Yes.
And do you believe that what you drank impaired your ability to drive?
Yes.
Not that I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Your Honor, I believe it was a number of controlled substances and not alcohol in this case.
Would that be true, Ms. Sellers?
No.
Ms. Foley Carter, you have the advantage. The ticket in the file indicates alcohol/drugs.
Certainly, it looks like you're correct. The blood results for alcohol came back 0.075. There was also THC, ketamine, amphetamine, and a number of other items that came back positive.
And Your Honor, I believe for purposes of the factual basis, her admission to operating under intoxicants, that being alcohol, would be enough to satisfy it.
Is that sufficient, Ms. Foley Carter?
That's sufficient, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Sellers, the court will accept your plea to the added count of operating while visibly impaired, the operating while intoxicated, and the speeding ticket are dismissed. The next step in these proceedings is that you are referred to the probation department for PSI, which is their interview. The probation department will make the sentence recommendation and schedule you to return to this court for sentencing. Because this is your first appearance, there had not previously been bond issued. Court will set your bond at $5,000 personal. You don't need to post any money, but please continue to participate in these proceedings until they are resolved in their entirety. Again, the next step is the probation department. They will use the phone number and email address you provided to the court this morning to reach out to you to schedule your interview and to get you back here for sentencing, okay?
Okay.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Sellers, have a wonderful day. I'll see you at sentencing.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Did Mr. Couch go in with his client? Yep. No, Ms. Couch is in with Virginia. Mr. Bowditch, are you here for Bucarelli?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you talked to them this morning?
I have spoken with my client last night. I've spoken with the prosecutor this morning. I'm in hopes that my client is hopefully in a breakout room or something. Is she appeared yet?
No, Jeff.
Okay, Your Honor.
It's
would you-
I was gonna say, it's only 8:37 scheduled for 8:30. My usual thing is 15 minutes, but I'll wait to the end of the docket if you need a opportunity to try to get a hold of your client.
It's merely an adjournment, Your Honor, but I'm going to get her to appear.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Kaplan.
Your
Good
Honor,
morning.
Ms. Bucarelli will be joining us shortly.
Thank you, sir.
And then Caitlin, if you could just email me the plea offers as well. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Always a pleasure.
good to see you.
Good morning, Ms. Giles.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am wonderful. You're
Good.
here for
I'm here.
Daryl Floyd?
Yes, correct.
Okay. I haven't seen him yet this morning. It's scheduled for 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Do you need to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, I wouldn't mind speaking to her if that's an option available to do a breakout room.
Calling one case right now, and then we'll put you in with the prosecutor, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. This is 22 HR 058520M. This is Huron Township versus Bucarelli. May I have your appearance? Oh, she went into a breakout room. Nope, let's bring her back.
We are ready on this one, Your Honor.
She's back. Okay. Your appearances, please.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Ms. Bucarelli.
Ma'am, state your name for the record.
Asian, tell the judge your name.
Asian Bucarelli.
Thank you. We were last here on July the 28th and adjourned this matter for Ms. Bucarelli to come into compliance with the request made by the township. Ms. Foley Carter, your appearance is noted for the record. Where do we stand this morning, Mr. Bowditch?
Your Honor, this is a matter of two vehicles being removed. Ms. Bucarelli has had a little bit of difficulty, but I've talked to Ms. Foley Carter, who has granted an extension with the court's permission to have these vehicles removed. We're thinking about an adjourned date of September 22nd, Your Honor, if that's good with the court.
At what time, Mary Ann?
8:40.
September 22nd at 8:40 back here in courtroom number 1. Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Bucarelli.
Thank you.
Ma'am, have a good day. I'll see you back here on September 22nd unless you've already come into compliance, okay?
Okay.
Your Honor, if she does come into compliance, we can cancel that date.
You can get in touch with Ms. Foley Carter, and if she's satisfied and wants to proffer dismissal to the court before that September 22nd date, that'd be fine with the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Ms. Foley Carter. That's all I have, Judge.
Have a good day, Mr. Bowditch. Ms. Giles, Ms. Foley Carter will get you moved into her breakout and you can have a conversation. Were you ready on something, Mr. Kaplan?
No, I'm just waiting for a client, whoever comes.
Hello? Good morning. Hello?
1 second. let's
Howard?
wait for the judge to
Yes.
call.
Okay.
These are 22 HR 06533 A and B. These are Huron Township versus Deja Howard. May I have your appearance, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter, on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Richardala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Howard. Your Honor, for purpose, today is the date and time set for pre-trial in this matter. After speaking with Ms. Howard, she'd like to avail herself to the plea whereby the driving while license suspended will be amended to a no operator's license on person. The speeding matter is being dismissed, Your Honor.
Ms. Howard, state your name for the record.
Deja Howard.
And Ms. Howard, you were able to hear Mr. Jadala just now regarding the plea offer in this matter.
Yes.
You understand that if you tender a plea of guilty to the added count of no operator's license on person, the driving while license suspended, and the speeding case would be dismissed.
Yes, I understand that.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you. You put your hand down. Ma'am, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Ma'am, is it true that on July 11, 2022 in Huron Township, you operated a vehicle while you had no operator's license on your person?
Yes.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the added count of no operator's license on person, the driving while license suspended, and the speeding civil infraction are dismissed. Any comment as to fines and costs, Mr. Jadala?
Just that, Your Honor, Mrs. Howard appreciates the opportunity to have this matter reduced to no points. We just ask for minimum fines and costs.
The court will impose minimal fines and costs in this matter. It's $100 fine, $100 cost, $75 mandatory crime victims fee, $50 state cost, $20 fund fee. That's $345. Ma'am, can you pay that within the next 5 days?
Not within the next 5 days, no.
I don't see anyone on from the court's collection department, ma'am. You can go to the court's website. There is a button that says contact us. You can drop down and submit a request for a payment plan. You can come in and set up a payment plan, or you can call the court's collection department to set a payment plan, okay?
Okay.
Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Howard, good luck to you. Have a good day. Don't forget to set up that payment plan. You don't want there to be any consequence for you failing to pay, okay?
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Mr. Burke, are we ready?
Ready, Your Honor.
Give me one quick second. Good morning, Mr. Foley.
Good morning, Your Honor.
These are 22 HR 06642 A, B, and C. These are Huron Township versus Couch. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter, on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
And may it please the court, G. Jack Burke appearing on behalf of Miss Alyssa Couch. And Miss Couch, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Alyssa Marie Couch.
Thank you very
Ms.
much. And we'll
Couch.
waive a formal reading of the charges, Your Honor. And with respect to the arraignment, my client stands mute, and we would respectfully request the court to enter a plea of not guilty on her behalf, although we do have a resolution for the court.
And that resolution is?
That the original count of operating with a high BAC would be dismissed upon a plea of guilty to the lesser offense of operating while visibly impaired. Ms. Couch would also enter a plea of guilty to the open intoxicants in a vehicle charge, and then a dismissal of the equipment violation civil infraction.
Ms. Couch, raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. You were able to hear Mr. Burke regarding the plea you be entering this morning?
Yes, I did.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea to operating while visibly impaired and open intoxicants in the vehicle, you won't have a trial of any kind?
Yes, ma'am.
You won't have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
I understand.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Ms. Couch, is it true that on June 16, 2022 in Huron Township, you operated a motor vehicle while you were visibly impaired by some intoxicant?
Yes, ma'am.
The citation indicates that you had a blood alcohol of 0.17. Ma'am, is it also true on that June 16, 2002 date, you had open intoxicants in the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Burke?
Satisfied as well, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Couch, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the added count of operating while visibly impaired. The operating with a high BAC is dismissed. The court also accepts your plea of guilty to the open intoxicants. The civil infraction equipment violation is dismissed. As this is an alcohol-related offense, this court's policy is to refer the matter to Probation Department for a PSI. That is the interview, and the Probation Department will make a sentence recommendation to this court. Schedule you back here in courtroom number 1 to have sentence imposed, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
The Probation Department will be reaching out to you at the phone number and the email address that you confirmed this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Inasmuch as this is your first appearance, there had not been bond previously set in this matter. Your bond is $5,000 personal. You don't need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to participate in these proceedings until these proceedings are resolved in their entirety. Because of the alcohol level indicated on the citation in this matter, a condition of your bond is that you do not purchase, possess, consume any alcoholic beverages until this case is resolved in its entirety. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Burke?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're all set. Have a wonderful day. Ms. Couch, I'll see you at sentencing, ma'am.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
I must say, Your Honor, this slow pace is a nice change from some of these dockets we've had.
So Well, we had quite the Wednesday, so I'm happy to be
Gotcha.
where we are right now.
I just had to say, 'cause some of these days get a little crazy and with the carryovers and everything else. So this is kind of relaxing.
Marianne, I'm just bringing you files. I'm not going far.
Okay.
Still waiting for Mr. Floyd, and I see that there is somebody queued up for MIDC. As soon as they're ready, I'll call them. This is 22OH011930M. This is Huron Township versus, Daryl Floyd. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Jordan Giles on behalf of Daryl Floyd, and Mr. Floyd is present, Your Honor.
Mr. Floyd, please state your name for the record.
Daryl Floyd.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the adjourned pretrial in this matter. How are we proceeding, Ms. Giles?
Today we'll do a final pre-trial, set of final pre-trial, give a little bit of time for additional discovery and set a jury trial.
Mary Ann? What's our next scheduled jury trial date?
Give me 1 second.
Thank you. I couldn't remember if we had anything set after tomorrow.
We do not have anything.
I think we are using the Friday after our. It's the Friday after our criminal week. So I'm looking at October 7th. Is that right? Am I doing that math right?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
you are.
let me. I just want to make sure we don't have something else. Oh, no, October 7th, we already have. We're arraignments, which not a terribly big deal. October 14th.
Judge sits. It's not good for you.
We'll leave it on October 7th so we can get that going with October 7th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. I'm sorry, Ms. Foley Carter, is that a good date for you?
That's good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Is that a good day for you, ma'am?
It isn't, Your Honor. Both myself and the other attorney on the matter are out of office that day for vacation.
Let's look then to November the 18th.
That's fine with me, Your Honor.
That works, Your Honor.
November the 18th, 2022, 8:30 a.m. We are no longer Huron at that point. But what we can do is put the final pretrial on the end of Judge Green's October 27th. Oh, that sounds far out. I'm looking, what I typically do is about 2 weeks before the jury trial date, we have our final pretrial conference and that the witness exhibit list will be done. That's typically the plea cutoff. Because of the way this court schedules for Huron, that last Huron date before the jury trial date would be October 27th. Because it's scheduled with Judge Green, I like to do it later in the day, 1 or 2 o'clock if you all are available.
I'm
I'm
available.
Let's say 1 o'clock. It'll be on Zoom with me on October 27th. That is, again, the witness exhibit and proposed jury instruction date. That's also the plea cutoff date. If in the interim, the additional discovery is received and you reach some different resolution, just reach out to Mary Ann and we can get you on one of the other Huron dates. and have you come on and put whatever resolution is on the record. Otherwise, I will see you back here on October 27th at 1 p.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else on behalf of the people?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
No,
Anything else on behalf of the defendant?
no, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Floyd, have a good day. I'll see you on October 27th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mary Ann, I think when we set it down for Carol, we don't have the jurors come quite that early. If the attorneys are here, we can talk and go through the jury instructions, and I don't know that the jurors necessarily need to be here for that, but we'll talk about that.
Okay.
And then Mary Ann, the never-ending effort at education. Defendant's statements made on the scene were not taken in violation of Miranda. The officer asked general on the scene questions, and defendant's statements regarding the gun was in response to that general on the scene questioning. The police officers reacted naturally and spontaneously to the scene before him. Therefore, the trial court did not err by suppressing defendant's statements to the officer. Moreover, the subsequent search of the vehicle was proper because the police had probable cause for the search, given the fact that defendant had indicated there was a gun in the vehicle and he did not have a concealed pistol license.
Interesting.
Well, I read it yesterday and I should have said it out loud. Well, we'll see what happens. Oh, Mr. Buds and Mr. Foley, are we ready on Hubbard?
People are ready, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is 22 HR 060530M. This is Huron Township versus Breakery. Hubbard, may I have your appearances, please?
Your Honor, Kevin Foley on behalf of the people.
Dennis Buds on behalf of the defendant.
Today is the day and time set for hearing on the defense motion to dismiss the single count violation of technical requirements. Mr. Buds, it's your motion. Please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. This is really a three-part motion. One is to indicate that the ordinance doesn't apply to the facts. And that is essentially based upon the argument that the ordinance written is that it's a storage of trailers on the property in the central business district being a violation of the ordinance. We do not believe that's the case. You can read that ordinance till you're blue in the face, and nowhere does it indicate that the storage of trailers is a violation of the central business district ordinance. Neither in the sense of the permitted uses nor in the uses that are on the special use category. The second element of our argument is that there is a violation of the election of remedies. As the court is well aware, this matter started as a civil infraction violation and was dismissed by the township and now started as a misdemeanor violation. We believe that they elected the remedies by pursuing the civil infraction, and now pursuing the misdemeanor violation constitutes a violation of their election of remedies, and they had their choice to pursue the civil infraction and elected not to do so. In addition, the third argument is essentially one that combines the two together, and it would be to indicate that the combination of those things is such that an individual property owner such as Mr. Hubbard would not have any way of knowing that the placement of those trailers on the property would be a violation of the township ordinance. That is in essence the argument of the defendant. We would ask the matter be dismissed.
Mr. Foley.
Your Honor, I think it was Yogi Berra that said deja vu all over again. And that's exactly where we're at. This exact same motion was heard by this court several months ago. The court ruled that the case would proceed to trial. Nothing has changed, except we had to reissue because of some concern about how the adoption of the ordinance was recodified. So it's the same facts, same trailers, same stuff, and we're just here again. We've briefed it. Quite frankly, it is not a principal permitted use or a special condition use to have dilapidated truck trailers in the central business district. You can't have cement crushing outfits there. You can't have lots of things there that are not specifically included in the ordinance. The ordinance allows things. Anything that is not allowed is disallowed. The use of these dilapidated trailers for storage is not allowed or a special condition use, so it's not allowed. It's as simple as that. As far as filing civil infractions first and dismissing them, we've already gone over this, but my ordinance doesn't allow me to issue civil infractions for zoning violations. The zoning administrator at the time issued those. We looked at it and said, yeah, that doesn't work. That's not included in the ordinance, so we dismissed them. What the ordinance does allow, is all zoning ordinance in Michigan allow, is that they're misdemeanor citations, which were then subsequently entered. We've gone all over this road before, and there's absolutely nothing that's changed. We would ask that the court once again deny Mr. Budd's motion.
Your Honor, the simple dispute with the township is these are not dilapidated trailers. They are in essence fundamental to the use of the building for what Mr. Hubbard has in mind. They're storage of property that will be used in that connection with that building. If you would argue that you could not use those trailers for the accessory use of those in the buildings, he couldn't do anything outside the buildings at all. These are not dilapidated. They are not cement mixers or crushers or anything of that nature. He's using them for property that will be used in the business. They are not dilapidated. And the beauty of it is where they're parked, you cannot even see them from the street. And that's what really troubles me the most, is there is no blight, no situation that is of any detrimental view to the township. This is really a matter where the township's got an attitude about Mr. Hubbard and wants just to force him to do something that is really unnecessary.
And just very, very briefly, Your Honor, if Mr. Budd's were correct and these, if he wants to call them undilapidated trailers, I'm fine with that. These truck trailers being used other than to be pulled by a semi truck, then every resident in Huron Township could purchase one of these. They could put them on their front lawn and they can say, this is an accessory building. I'm using this to store my stuff. And that's not allowed. That's just ridiculous. Once again, we ask that the court just deny the motion and we can set this for trial and we can move forward.
Okay, for some reason I went to a breakout room and I guess I want to find out what's ridiculous.
Your argument, Dennis.
In what way?
It doesn't comply with the ordinance. Well, as far as this, we have something against your client. The only thing we have against your client is he's got these trailers on his property that he can't have and he won't take off. That's the problem that we have with your client.
Okay, and you're saying they're dilapidated. In what way are they dilapidated?
Well,
Mr.
maybe
Buds,
the one that's
no,
got,
Mr. Foley, no.
I'm sorry,
Mr.
Your
Foley,
Honor.
I'm sorry. Mr. Buds, I disregard the use of the word dilapidated. Okay.
All right.
This court did review the motion and the response in its entirety. And I do recall when the similar motion was argued before, and specifically you, Mr. Buds, make reference to the court's question regarding the use of the goods or property in the trailer. I took it from the prior case and from this case that Mr. Foley's issue is the use of these trailers as additional outside storage, which is not permitted according to ordinance. And the court's question regarding the use of these trailers as a display and use of selling whatever these items are that Mr. Hubbard puts in the trailers, which would be different than just storing things. And I think your argument is slightly different this time than it was the last time. It was I don't remember it quite being that these things were for storage for use in the building, whatever's in these trailers, but that's an aside more than anything else. It is, in reviewing the motion and response and listening to the argument this morning, the court will again deny the motion to dismiss the single count violation of technical requirements in this matter. Mr. Buzz, today was also the day set for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter. Your client, I don't see him here. So
He
for
is here.
purposes of arraignment and he is here with you?
Yes,
Okay. So for purposes of arraignment and pretrial, what say you as to the arraignment, sir?
we stand mute and waive the reading of the complaint.
And for the pretrial?
Well, I guess the only step further is perhaps some period of discovery and then setting the matter for trial. We would need some opportunity to get information from the township about how they investigated this matter and how they determined that these trailers were either dilapidated or even on the property. From the street, one cannot see these trailers at all.
Well, before we get to that point, Mr. Buzz, the court will set bond in this matter at 1,000 personal. Make the indication in the file that discovery has been requested. Schedule the matter for pretrial or adjourn the pretrial to the September 22nd date, Mary Ann?
Yeah, you have also September 8th, but yep, September 22nd also.
At what time?
On the 22nd,
Yes, ma'am.
8:40.
8:40 a.m. back here in number 1. And if at that time, Mr. Buzz, you've received the discovery requested and you're ready for the court to schedule trial, we will schedule trial on that date.
Very well.
Anything else, Mr. Foley?
Nothing. Thank you very much, Your Honor. It's good to see you.
Thank
Good to
you,
see
Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Buzz?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
See you,
Thank you.
Dennis.
Bye.
This is 21 HR 062080M. This is Huron Township versus Angela Dady.
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Ma'am, your name for the record?
Angela Dady?
Ms. Dady, you spoke to one of the court-appointed attorneys in this matter?
Yes.
Do you remember which one?
No, I don't.
She
Okay.
waived, Your Honor.
Oh, it does not say that. Okay. Ms. Dady, is it your intention to proceed on your own this morning?
Yes.
Are you waiving the right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter. Ms. Foley Carter, you've had a chance to speak to Ms. Dady.
I did, Your Honor, and the people will be moving for dismissal.
Any objection, Ms. Dady?
No.
This matter is hereby dismissed. Ms. Dady, we're all set, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It is now 9:28 by the court's clock. The last scheduled matter, other than some formal hearings, was at 9 o'clock. The court deems anyone who is not presently here as having failed to appear. I'm looking in the breakout rooms. There is no one here that's not been accounted for. There are no unidentified persons. There's no one in the court's virtual waiting room. Ms. Foley Carter, your next thing is not until 11 o'clock. If you'd like to leave, the court will be taking its bench warrants and its show causes at this point. Same thing, Mr. Jadala and Mr. Kaplan, you're welcome to stay around. I can't imagine why you would.
Thank you, Judge. Pleasure seeing you again. You guys have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great one.
You too, thank you.
Your Honor, are there a couple of dismissals we could put on the record?
Okay,
It'll be for Jackie Ruffner.
22 HR 05505 OM. Jackie Ruffner. This case is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And the other one is Georgina Boyce.
This is 22 HR 06366 OM, Huron Township versus Georgina Boyce. Case is dismissed.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Your Honor. I'll see you in a little
I'll
bit.
see you at 11. Thank you. This is 22 HR 02986A. This is Huron Township versus Tasha Barker. This matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 o'clock. It's now 9:30 by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, bench warrant shall issue. $5,010%. This is 22 HR 06306A. This is Huron Township versus Janelle Cragen. This matter was scheduled for 9:50 a.m. It's now 9:31 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear. That will be set for show cause. Oh, Ms. Cragen just joined. Ms. Cragen,
Yes,
state your name for the record, ma'am.
Janelle Cragen.
Your case was just called at 9:31. You were supposed to be here at 9 o'clock. What happened to you?
I couldn't get my phone to turn on.
The prosecutor and the court-appointed attorney have just left. If you sit tight, we'll see if we can get them back on. This is 22 HR 02228B. This is Huron Township versus Shayna Faust. This matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:34 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear again as scheduled, bench warrant shall issue. $5,010%. Marianne, let me know if you have any luck in getting a hold of Ms. Foley Carter and Mr. either Kaplan or Jadala. Otherwise, we'll have to adjourn this matter. This is 22 HR 049830M. This is Huron Township versus Anthony Gonzalez. They are scheduled today for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:35 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear again is scheduled. Bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%.
Caitlin's coming back and I'm just gonna give Sam a call.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
This is 22 HR 01025 AOT. This is Huron Township versus Shakari Harbin. This matter is scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:35 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear again as scheduled. Bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. Ms. Foley Carter, this is Ms. Janelle Cragen. She was scheduled at 8:50. She appeared at 9:30. Mary Ann's trying to get a hold of Mr. Jadala to see if we can get this case moving.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Jadala is jumping on.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yep.
This is 22 HR 01629C. This is Huron Township versus Chanel Harrell. The matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:36 a.m. by the court's clock. Based on the defendant's failure to appear again as directed by the court, bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. Thank you. Mr. Jadala, thank you for coming back. We're going to get you into a breakout room with Ms. Cragen. The matter was scheduled for pretrial at 8:50. If you could go into a breakout room, the court would appreciate it greatly.
Absolutely.
This is 22 HR 02931 EOT. This is Huron Township versus LaShawn Kyles. The matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:37 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear again as directed by this court, bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. This is 22 HR 04618A. This is Huron Township versus Michael David Luck. The matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:38 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear again as directed by this court, bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. This is 22 HR 06180OD. This is Huron Township versus Daniel McCray. Matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:38 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear again as scheduled, bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. This is 20 HR 063 6A. This is Huron Township versus Janelle Cragen. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
For Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Cragen. Today's date and time set for a pre-trial. I'd like the opportunity to speak to Ms. Cragen. At this time, Your Honor, Ms. Cragen will be pleading for one count of malicious destruction of property. She understands that it's being offered under 771.1, whereby it will be a term of 12 months probation, should pay costs and restitution, and within 12 months, the matter will be dismissed and come off the record. She'd like to avail herself to that plea, Your Honor. She understands the right she is waiving by doing so.
Ms. Cragen, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, you've had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Jadala, and you understand the plea that will be entered in this matter?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that the court accepts your plea of guilty to the one count of malicious destruction of property, that sentence in this matter will be deferred for a period of 12 months.
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand that the court accepts your plea, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, I do.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, I understand.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, is it true that on July 14, 2020 in Huron Township, you engaged in the malicious destruction of property belonging to one Catherine Hornberger?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jadala, would you like to inquire further of your client?
And I'm satisfied if the court's satisfied.
Ms. Foley Carter, are you satisfied?
I am satisfied, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of guilty to malicious destruction of property as previously indicated. Sentence in this matter will be deferred for a period of 12 months. Ms. Foley Carter, on the offer sheet in the court's file, there's an indication there's a request for restitution in the amount of $320 to the victim.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Jadala, any comment before costs are imposed in this matter?
Yes, but Your Honor, Ms. Cragen has learned her lesson. She's going to be avoiding situations like this in the future, also avoiding the person that was involved in this incident, Your Honor. The lesson learned, and Your Honor, she's desirous of hopefully putting all this behind her so this matter could come off her record. We just ask for minimum cost and fines.
Thank you. Ma'am, the court will impose costs of $600. The additional requirement is the payment of restitution, the amount of $320 on behalf of the defendant, I'm sorry, the victim in this case, Ms. Catherine Hornberger. Ma'am, are you able to pay these amounts, $920 within the next 5 days?
No, absolutely not. I live in a recovery house and I am not able to do that.
Ma'am, I don't see anyone on from the court's collection department. What I'll ask you to do, you can go online to the court's website.
Okay.
There is a drop down contact us button where you can submit a request for a payment plan, or you can call the court's collection department and set a payment plan, okay?
Okay.
So long as you pay these costs and this restitution amount within this 12 months, the file will be a review for administrative dismissal, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. We're all set. Everyone have a good day. Thank you again, Mr. Jadala and Ms. Foley Carter.
Absolutely.
Your Honor.
Thank
You're
you.
free to go, Ms. Cragen. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is 21HR09953C. This is Huron Township versus Jamie Maddox. This matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pre-trial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:44 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant, having failed to appear again as directed by this court, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. This is 22HR 06342. This is Huron Township versus Jalen McKnight. This matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:44 a.m. by the court's clock. The defendant, having failed to appear again as directed by this court, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. This is 22HR 01148AOT. This is Huron Township versus James Lee Robinson Jr. This matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:45 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant, having failed to appear again as directed by this court, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. This is 22HR 06127BOD. This is Huron Township versus Jacqueline Rogella. This matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:45 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant, having failed to appear again as directed by this court, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. These are 21HR 00328B, 21HR 02616OT, 21HR 00328AOT. These are all Huron Township versus Emily Small. Matters were scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:46 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant, having failed to appear again as directed by this court, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. This is 22HR 02400C. This is Huron Township versus Joshua Stillman. Matter scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 9:48 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant, having failed to appear again as directed by this court, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. This is 1622690M. This is Huron Township versus Dantes Smith. This matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8:40. Defendant having failed to appear as directed by this court, bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. This court's next scheduled case is at 11 a.m. This court will stand in recess until that time.
Welcome back. Caitlin, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
I'm good. So, oh, this is the 11:15. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was 11. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know. You could, they're all, no, that one at 11, that's the one that,
Got it.
yeah, the 11:15 is Cante.
All right. Yep. All right. Well, then I'll just go dark for a while. I'm sorry.
No problem, thanks. Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, what is your name, please?
James Lee Robinson Jr.
What are you here for this morning?
It was a driving under suspended license.
Hold on one second. Sir, do you know you were supposed to be here at 8 o'clock?
I didn't know until today because I knew I had a court date. I didn't know if it was yesterday or on the 27th. But when I realized what day was the 27th on, I knew I had messed up. So I just found out today that it was today.
Sir,
Yes,
how did you just find out?
I called the Rumless Court.
You didn't receive a notice to appear?
I received the notice to repair, but I had my dates mixed up. I kept thinking it was the 27th.
Okay, sir, there was a bench warrant issued for your failure to appear this morning. It won't be processed. We'll reschedule it for September the 8th. Is that it? What's it? Yep. September the 8th, sir, that's a Thursday. I'm not sure of the time, but it'll be on the notice that gets mailed out to you, okay?
Okay.
She's gonna verify your address to make sure you get it again. It's gonna be on a Thursday, September the 8th.
Okay.
Thank you.
At what time? You said you didn't know what time?
She's looking at a time right now. Give me one moment.
It's gonna be 8 o'clock.
Oh, it's back on the show cause at 8 o'clock.
Are you still living on Williams and Inkster?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, I'll send a notice out to you.
Okay, but for right now, September the 8th. do I have the bench warrant or?
No, it's gonna be, it hasn't been entered quite yet. So I'm gonna go grab the file so that doesn't happen.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. And I'll make sure I'll be there September 8th at 8 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Emily Small, can you hear me? Emily?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, do you have access to Zoom?
I never used that technology before. So I don't know how to do it.
Does your phone have a camera? Could you participate in these proceedings by video?
Yeah, my phone have a camera.
Yes, sir.
So how am I gonna
Or
do
do you have a tablet or computer in the house?
it? No.
Okay, this case is scheduled as a virtual hearing, which means it's conducted over Zoom technology.
Yeah, but you gotta guide me. It's not. I mean, I don't know how to do it.
The prosecutor is here. Ma'am, did you want to speak to Mr. Conte before the case is called?
I have nothing. Yeah,
Is your officer?
he should be on his way. I'll double check with the department now, though.
Okay, we're just a little early. It's scheduled for 11:15, so we'll give him until at least that time.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Caitlin, he's here.
Huh?
Oh, geez, I'm muted. I do need to talk to Sergeant real quick
Okay.
once he connects. Thank you.
This is 22 HR 043130I. This is Huron Township versus Conti. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Sir, on
Hello?
the phone, state your name.
Bekai Kante.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the formal hearing in this matter. Is Huron Township ready to proceed?
Yeah, Your Honor, we do have a small preliminary matter.
And that would be,
The people moved to amend the civil infraction citation from impeding traffic to the speed 16 miles per hour and over, which is the original charge.
sir, your response to that request to amend the citation?
I'm not responsible for it.
No, sir, we're not there yet. The prosecutor has asked to amend the citation from the impeding traffic, which it was written as, to being 16 plus over the posted speed limit to match the information contained on the citation.
To match the information contained on the citation.
I'm sorry?
It says she's trying to match what?
The prosecutor has asked to amend the citation. You were issued a citation for impeding traffic. The citation you
Yes.
received indicates that you were going 68 in a 45. The prosecutor has asked to amend the ticket to reflect the true nature of the violation, which is 16 plus over the posted speed limit.
Yeah, but that should be done at the issuance of the date of the ticket, but not at this present moment. The officer knows exactly, what speed I was going to. So if there was the case, so why the accurate factual numbers were not punched on the ticket? Why it should be done right now?
Sir, over your objection, the court will grant the prosecution's request to amend the citation to reflect a charge of 16 plus over the posted speed limit. Sir, are you ready to proceed on the formal hearing?
Yeah.
Ms. Foley Carter.
Yes, Your Honor, the people call Sergeant Hickman.
Sergeant Hickman, raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Your witness, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sergeant, can you state your name for the record?
Sergeant Thomas Hickman.
And how are you employed?
I'm employed with the Huron Township Police Department.
And how long have you been employed as a police officer with Huron Township?
A little over 8 years.
And as a police officer, do you have any special training in the use of radar?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you certified in the use of radar?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you on duty on May 7th, 2022 at approximately 11:54 in the evening?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you in a fully marked police vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
At about that time, did you have the occasion to conduct a traffic stop that eventually led you to issuing a traffic ticket?
Yes, ma'am.
What drew your attention to respondent's vehicle?
I'm sorry?
What drew your attention to respondent's vehicle? Respondent is Mr. Conte in this instance.
Okay, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
What drew your attention to his vehicle?
Oh, okay. It was, I visually observed it traveling greater than the posted speed limit. I confirmed with my stationary radar that it was traveling 68 miles an hour in a posted 45 mile an hour zone.
And about how long did you observe this vehicle?
Couple seconds.
Do you recall what type of vehicle he was driving?
It was a black Honda.
Did you perform any tests prior to using or after using the radar device that day to determine whether or not the device was working properly?
It does a self-calibration test.
And was it working properly that day?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know?
if it doesn't pass all the internal tests, it has an error label on the device.
And there was no error label on that day?
No.
And after your observations of the vehicle, did you initiate a traffic stop?
Yes, ma'am.
And please state the reason for the traffic stop.
For speeding.
And where did this traffic stop occur?
Sibley near Vining.
And is that in Huron Township?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is the speed limit on that stretch of Sibley Road?
45.
And how fast was this respondent going according to your radar?
68.
After pulling over the vehicle, what did you do?
I made contact with the driver. He gave me his information and I wrote him a citation.
And did he say anything to you?
He just said he was on his way to work. He said he worked at Amazon and he asked if I could help him out on the speeding.
And did you issue a ticket?
I did.
What was that ticket for?
Impeding traffic,
And what was the actual violation?
speeding, 68 and a 45.
Thank you. I have no other questions.
Thank you, sir. Do you have any questions for Sergeant Hickman?
Yes. Sergeant Hickman, when you stopped me that day, what was the first question you did ask me?
For your driver's license?
You asked me for my driver license.
Yes, sir.
Didn't you ask me if I own that brand new car?
I believe so.
Okay, that was your first question, correct?
No, I asked you for your driver's license first.
You asked me, your very first question was, you found a black man in a brand new car, 2022, a black Honda. Your first question was, is this your car?
Objection, Your
That's the
Honor.
first. That's the first question. That's the first question you asked me. You didn't even ask me if I was speeding or not.
Mr.
Your
Conte?
first question was, yes.
Mr. Conte, when she says objection,
Yeah.
you stop talking so she can make her objection. You'll have the opportunity to respond.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. The question was asked and answered.
Any response to the objection, sir?
What the prosecutor objecting?
Her objection is that the question's already been answered. You asked it, it was answered, and you asked it again.
Okay, I was just making a valid point here, because when he
Sir,
when he
you'll
stopped
have
me,
the
yes.
opportunity. You have the opportunity to testify. The objection is sustained. Move on to your next question, please.
At this point, no more question at this point.
Thank you. Any redirect?
No redirect, Your Honor.
Sergeant Hickman, thank you for your testimony, sir.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Any other witnesses, ma'am?
No other witnesses.
Mr. Conte, any witnesses?
No, not any other witnesses. But I have more questions to ask though, so I don't know if I'll be able to
I'm
ask them or
sorry?
not. I said I have more questions to ask though.
You have more questions to ask.
Yes,
Of whom?
to Officer Hickman.
Sir, you were just doing your cross-examination of him, and you said you have no more questions.
Yeah, I said at this moment. At this moment,
Okay,
I thought though.
You thought what, sir?
I said I don't have. When you asked me if I have more questions, I said I will have more questions later on when we move on. But I didn't say that I didn't have any more questions. Period.
We're moving on. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. Will we move on to what, sir?
I thought I'm gonna be asked. I'm gonna be asked to ask more questions as we move on
Move on to what is the question to you?
to the trial, to the formal trial.
This is it. This is the formal hearing on the citation issued to you on May the 7th, 2022, which is why Sergeant Hickman was sworn in, gave direct testimony. I then had you ask your questions on cross-examination. I asked the prosecutor if there was any redirect, and she said no. That concludes, and asked the prosecutor if she had any additional witnesses, and she said no. That concluded the prosecution's case in chief. So now the court turns to you for essentially your defense to this case. And my first question to you is, do you have any witnesses? If you want to be a witness on your own behalf, I'm happy to swear you in and you can provide your testimony.
Yeah, I'm my own witness because there was no one with me that day. I was the only one in that car.
Okay, sir, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Because you are an unrepresented party, your testimony will be more in the form of a narrative, so please give your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. On the date of me being pulled over by Officer Hickman, I was driving on the correct speed limit because my 2022 Honda Civic SI has the latest technology. Okay, if I go faster, it will let me know. If I go over the speed limit, it will let me know on the screen that I'm going over the speed limit. So that day I was driving on the correct speed limit. I was not speeding like Officer Hickman stated on that day. So I did request it from the Huron Township Police Department through the record department. Miss Evans Jill emailed me Officer Hickman certificate, which is dated back in I don't have it on my screen right now, but it was back in 2015, 14. I'm not sure if I can pull it up. I can give you the exact date. He sent me a Officer Hickman certification. She also sent me some information about a radar. I don't know if I'm not even sure if the radar is connected to the speeding ticket. And I also requested for the numerical reading of the radar, which they failed to send me. They failed to send me the numerical reading of the radar. They failed to send me the data about the calibration of the radar. All I was told that the radar self-calibrate itself. And then I was told that they do not keep the original paperwork about, their radar. So to me, all that put together gave me doubt that, Officer Hickman even use an electronic device to measure my speed that day. So that's the reason why I said, well, I'm gonna fight this case, you know, because I was wrongfully pulled over due to my race, because a black man was driving through a white neighborhood trying to get to work. So that's the only reason why I was stopped and given a traffic ticket, because Officer Hickman could do that. And again, I'm going to repeat. First question he asked me, as a black man, is this car yours? Because he saw a black man driving a brand new car. So automatically for him, he cannot afford this car. That's not his car. Therefore, you know, he's a suspect, or he got some kind of a suspicious in his mind that, okay, I'm driving a brand new car, therefore this is not mine. So that's the first question he asked me before he even, you know, asked me about my driver license and my registration and proof of insurance. That's what I have to say for now.
Anything else, sir?
No, at this present moment, that's all I have to say now.
Thank you. Ms. Foley Carter.
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any other witness, Mr. Conti?
No, again, it was only me in that car trying to get to work.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
We're prepared for argument.
Proceed.
Thank you. Your Honor, Sergeant Hickman has testified that he's certified in radar. His patrol vehicle that day was equipped with radar. It was calibrated correctly. You heard what would happen had it not been calibrated correctly. He testified as to the fact that the radar showed 68, that Mr. Conte was going 68. The speed limit that day on Sibley Road is 45. As such, we ask that you find the respondent responsible for the amended offense.
Thank you, sir. Any closing remarks?
Yes, Your Honor, I want to keep saying that I'm not responsible for this ticket, and I will keep fighting this ticket to the Supreme Court, because again, I was stopped by Officer Hickman that day, not for speeding, but that day I was profiled. I was racially profiled by Officer Hickman. Okay, so therefore I'm not responsible, and I will keep fighting this case all the way. Again, my 2022 Honda Accord, Honda Civic SI has the latest technology. If I go over the speed limit, it will let me know right away on the screen, on the dashboard, that you're going over the speed limit. Okay, so me being a black man in the white neighborhood, I'm very cautious about my speed limit, about my behavior, about everything. Okay, because I know whatever I do, I'm being watched. I'm being watched through, going through the neighborhood. It's not my first time, my second time, or third time going through this same neighborhood using the Sibley Road. I work for 4 motor companies my schedule is from 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. Right after I get off from work, I take West Road and then all the way down to Sibley, and from Sibley, and I go to my second job at Amazon. Okay, I did not violate any rules of law by me being in a white neighborhood. I'm over 50 I'm 52 years old. Okay. So if I'm driving in a white neighborhood, I'm very cautious, because I know whatever I do, the police pull me over, I might die that day. Who knows? Due to what is happening, through the nation right now. So I'm very cautious. That day I was not speeding. And I was driving on the correct speed limit, which was 45. Okay. So I requested for documentation. I requested for physical evidence. They gave me a partial, physical evidence. All I got was Officer Hickman certificate, which is dated back in 2014-15. Okay. I did not get anything about the radar. They did not provide me with hold on, I got it right. Written down. They did not provide me with the operating manual of the radar, which I requested. The operating manual can tell you everything about the radar. Again, I work for Ford Motor Company. We make these cars. Okay, I know all about these cars. So where is the operating manual? So we can find out exactly how this radar should be calibrated. Was the radar calibrated? We don't know. What are those the speed limit measurement that Officer Hickman is talking about? What is do we know the accuracy of it? We don't know. Because I did request it for that to be emailed to me too. They failed to do that. So therefore, why would I accept something that I did not do? I'm not going to accept that. And again, like I said, whatever happened today, I will appeal all the way down to the Supreme Court. That's what I have to say, Your Honor.
Anything else, sir?
That'll be it for now.
Not for now, sir. This is your last opportunity to speak in this matter.
That's what I had to say, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am?
Nothing, Your Honor.
The court has had the opportunity to hear the testimony of both Sergeant Hickman and the defendant in this matter, Mr. Conte, and will find the defendant responsible for 16 plus over the posted speed limit. Sergeant Hickman is a certified radar technician. He indicated in his testimony that the radar used to mark the speed of the defendant in this matter is from a calibrated machine, that the machine will send an error message if it doesn't calibrate properly. Do not find the testimony credible that the car cannot speed. That being the case, again, 16 over, Mr. Conte is responsible. Fines and costs of $230. We will apply the posted bond and close the file. Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, sir?
Yes, I would like to know how many days I have to appeal this decision.
Sir, you have 21 days to file your appeal.
With the same courtroom?
No, sir, it'll go to a different court.
May I have the information of the court?
Sir, this court does not give legal advice, or you have to seek that on your own.
All right, so this is the Ramirez Court, right? The 34th District Court?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will call the front desk to find out where should I go to drop off my motion to appeal and set aside this decision.
Thank you. That concludes this court's docket for the day. This court is adjourned. Everyone have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Honor.
You
You
too,
too.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marianne.
Have a good day.
Caitlin.